Good evening students. When you write about the cartilage, you have to write about it as a connective tissue. It's a form of a connective tissue. Bone, cartilage, all these things are a form of connective tissue. So first thing is, what are the components? For building a house, you need a cement, you need a stone, bricks, and you need rod. Okay, cement, stone, rod. I mean stone or brick, whatever it is, and rod. The same component only we want to build a cell or tissue, that is, for example, cartilage. For that we need, number one is fibers are rod, and then proteoglycans, there is a cement, and cells, they are all bricks. Okay, so these three things are important, only not only for the hyaline cartilage, but for the elastic as well as for the white fibrocartilage. All this, so these three things are the major components. So one by one we say. Fibers, which fiber? Collagen fibers. In collagen fibers you have type 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here we are going to see in the cartilage, we will see type 1 and type 2. Type 1 fibers you could see mostly in the where you want to have a tough tissue, there only you could see the type 1 fiber. So white fibrocartilage, where you can see in the disc, there strong areas, there only you could see the type 1 fiber. Another one area is outer layer of the perichondrium. Perichondrium is a covering of the bone, covering of the cartilage. It's called as perichondrium. The outer covering of the cartilage is called perichondrium. So in these two areas only we can see the type 1 fiber. Type 2 fiber is more typical. On most of the areas we could see this fiber only, and found in the notochord, nucleus pulposus, all these things you have to memorize. And then second is proteoglycans. Proteoglycans is a cement like substance. It is made up of chondroitin sulfate and keratin sulfate. This is like a material, like glucosaminoglycans, that is, you might have read it in biochemistry. And the third one is cartilage cells. Cartilage cells, you have the chondroblasts and chondrocytes. In cartilage, the same thing in the bone we will be writing as osteoblasts and osteocytes. So here chondroblast, that means that is a cell which is very active, and it is flat and irregular in shape, abundant in the growing tissue. Wherever the tissue wants to grow, there you can see only the active cells, not the immature inactive cells. So you want chondroblast, and synthesize the matrix. It synthesize matrix. Matrix is a cement. Proteoglycans, no, that is the matrix. So next thing, these are the things for all the cartilages you have to write commonly. And then they synthesize the matrix, and the matrix, when the cells they mature, they lost their ability. Actually the active cells is chondroblast. When they mature, they lost their ability to divide, so it becomes a larger, less active cells. It means inactive cells. They are called as chondrocytes, the oval shaped cells. And then next, if you go, they are close in contact with the dense matrix. So you could see in the inside the dense matrix, you could see this chondrocytes are trapped inside that. But during the processing, it gives an illusion. So during processing means histology, slide preparation, nothing will be there as a lacunae, but you can see as an empty space. That's why in histology preparation only we could see that lacunae, empty space surrounding the cartilage. So that area is called, you can see nicely, you can see the fibrous layer, this outer fibrous layer. So these are the points you are supposed to write for the cartilage, right? Number one, right. So first thing is perichondrium. The outer layer is perichondrium. Can you see the fibrous thing? Fibers, these are all fibers. This is called outer fibers. Which fiber? Type 1 fiber, I have already told you. Number 2 is outer fibrous layer and inner cellular layer. This is called cellular layer. You can see the chondroblasts here, rich chondroblasts, because they are only active cells. Then if you go inside the chondroblasts, they secrete full of matrix. Can you see this glistening glossy appearance? That is called matrix. It is secreted by the chondroblast, and when it goes inside, see here it is flat, but once it go inside, it forms so many cells, they join like a group, and it is called as nest. Just surrounding the nest area, it is thickened. Proteoglycans are thickened. They are all fibers, collagen fibers, and here it is very light in color. So this is called as territorial matrix, and these are all called as interterritorial matrix. So territorial matrix is thick because of the type 2 fibers. Interterritorial matrix is thin. Okay, and then you can see the cells are in groups, and it is oval in shape. These are the three things you are supposed to write, very important. And then type 2 fibers, you can see. These are the important points to write. This is how you have to draw the picture. For this, we will give 1 mark outer outer fibrous layer and inner cellular layer. Perichondrium 1 or 1.5 marks. Then second, flat chondrocytes. These chondroblasts are flat, and when it goes inside and becomes mature, it has become oval shape, and cell nest, this carries 1 mark, and inside territorial matrix, that is dark in color. So see, territorial matrix like collagen fibers but rich in proteoglycans. Here proteoglycans are more, that's why it appears dark bluish in color, and here the proteoglycans are less but rich in type 2 collagen fiber, it is pale. So these all contains, so 1 mark, 1 mark, and it is flat 2 marks. Number 3, cell nest 3 marks. Number 4, territorial matrix, interterritorial matrix 4.5 marks with a diagram. Understand? So you need to write 3 components. One is which fiber? Type 2 fiber. Here you have the type 1 collagen fiber 1. Number 2 is cells. Number 3 is proteoglycans. Proteoglycan, this matrix. Understand? So homologous, opalescent appearance. Chondrocytes are flat near the surface, rounded in the deeper cells. Cell nest and proteoglycans. That's why it is basophilic staining. Basophilic means blue color staining, and interterritorial matrix is blue. Everything explanation is given clearly. So all those things you have to explain. The same thing you have to write the fibrocartilage, but one extra thing for the fibrocartilage you are not supposed to do is, it doesn't have perichondrium, and here tight fibers. White fibrocartilage means very tough. So which fibers you will use? Type 1 collagen fibers. So inside the collagen fibers, the chondrocytes are trapped. That's why it appears in rows, and in between you can see the fibrocytes. So fibroblasts also you have to write. So dense fibrous tissue, it's present in the intervertebral disc, because we want to have a shock absorber. So it has a thick fiber, that's a type 1 fiber. White fibrocartilage, tensile and all these are given. And fibroblast, what is the role of fibroblast? It only secretes the proteoglycans and collagen fibers. In elastic cartilage also same things we are supposed to write. Same perichondrium, chondroblast, everything is same. But instead of writing here, you have to draw elastic fibers. There in hyaline and white fibrocartilage, we have not drawn the elastic fibers, but here you are supposed to draw the elastic fibers. And then you can see the chondrocytes not in groups, 1 or 2, but not in groups. And in between the matrix will be having type 2 collagen fibers. Understand? Only 3 differences. That's all. Thank you.